So I am a mother of three beautiful girls who have, two of the oldest have given me six grandchildren, three each. So I am excited to be able to share just a little bit about my family and my love for children. Such a love for children that I decided to go into working with children and got my degree in early childhood. I have also worked in several fields with children, working in a library, children's library, bringing my love for children and reading to the table as far as that goes. Preschool, the little people, just being able to pour into them after having children of my own. So it's just a wonderful thing because also my children could come with me, so they were not separate from me. I've always been very active, build, my business up with the photography, doing all kinds of different things, weddings, reunions, just school senior pictures. So I've loved being able to do that. And that's just one of my favorite things is photography. I still do it on occasion, but not as often as I did before. I currently don't drive, so that's just a little hard to be doing photography or teaching at this time. So at this time, I'm not doing either of those full time. So I'm the most proud of my children and their accomplishments, and knowing that they have pursued their careers and done what they have wanted to do. My youngest right now is finishing up her degree at Eastern in apparel and design. One of the greatest things about that is I am also a seamstress, and I loved making things for myself when I was younger in high school, and took it upon myself to make things for my children when other kids were wearing those skinny jeans and they didn't have any. I decided I would just make them some skinny jeans with the jeans that they had. So that was really something I could do for my kids that made them feel like they were part of the in crowd at the time. So that was one of my things with sewing. So I'm so tickled that my youngest daughter has decided to go into apparel and design, and feel like she's falling into some of my footsteps of being able to sew or to make her own clothes or bling her own clothes differently. So that's one of my things, is being able to help my children get to the point where they are now, and I wish I could do more for them. But things change in life, so you find yourself sort of having a few regrets, but I'm still very proud of them. So I was just referencing wishing I could do more for my kids, give more to them, give back, or be more available to them now that they have grandchildren. I have been doing that by sneaking in a little trip down to Louisiana to share in birthdays. I get on the plane and I come back and I stay with them for like a celebration. But I've not been able to be present with them as a grandparent, or as a Mimi that they call me, as I would like to be, because of health issues. I have been dealing with a lot of health issues that has put me out of work. It's kept me out of the workforce, kept me from doing photography. In 2018, I was hospitalized with 3 bacteria infections, which one thing was the flu and pneumonia, and it's just been a journey of constant illness up until this point. I used to work full-time with Foothills at the Senior Citizens Center, and then I would do preschool on the side or photography on the side. Just career choices that were some of the things that I loved doing dearly. But I guess in 2014 and 15, I started getting really, really sick. Did not know why. Kept being told it's just allergies. This is something you've had for a long time. We don't know what to do for you. We've sent you to specialist after specialist. We don't have any answers. Finally, after I was being discharged from the hospital, my new primary said, I'm sending you to an immunologist. We're going to get to the bottom of this because you're a very sick lady and I want to help you. Yes, somebody finally listened. So I actually got to go to an immunologist here in Richmond, Kentucky, who did some labs and was like, oh, Miss Dora, you have no antibodies. No wonder you've been so sick. You have no germ fighters. So we need to get to the bottom of this and we're going to find a treatment plan for you. So I have been getting treatments with infusions called Hycuvia for the last 20 months, I think maybe. Every 3 weeks I infuse into my thighs because I have no veins from being hospitalized and being sick for so many years and not having the answers. So bottom line is that was a turning point for me. I was going, oh my goodness, I've been very, very ill and can't work. Now we have an answer. It's like vindication. This is why you've been sick so long. So being able to get well and being able to travel and visit my grandchildren, whether I am wearing a mask to try to protect myself or whether I just stay away from crowds of people. I stay in my home most of the time. But being able to get to my appointments with Foothills is amazing because I don't drive. And that is a hardship for me. I've driven all my life. I have a perfect driving record and all of a sudden, no driving. So getting from point A to point B has always been a struggle for me. And one of the greatest things about moving to Richmond, Kentucky from Berea was that I can actually catch the bus at my very front door and they will take me to my appointments in Lexington. That's the Express. Foothills Express can take me to my appointments in Lexington and bring me back home or to my appointments in Berea because I do have a specialist there at the hospital that I go to. And the regular route that they have that goes around the city all day for $1, or if you buy a pack of 10 tickets, you can get it for $7. And you get to stop at all these places. I mean the library. This is not all just medical deals, but medically, this is me on the bus. And I just don't want people to think that I'm contagious. But I have to protect myself because I don't make germ fighters. So this is how I look on the bus and at the doctor's appointments. It's just a health concern. I'm my own best advocate, and I am a zebra, someone with a rare disease called hypogammaglobulinemia. So that was a big word, wasn't it? So here we go, talking about zebras having different stripes and being able to get to my appointments on time and in a friendly atmosphere. There's nothing better than knowing you will get on a ride and the air is blowing, the heat's coming in the winter, you're comfortable, the driver's friendly, very hospitable, front door service. It's an amazing thing. But if you have, if you live closer within like a quarter of a mile or 3/4 of a mile of a bus stop, you can have them pick you up at your front door because of health reasons if you are not able to get around like you would like to. If you have a walker or are using a wheelchair, they pick you up with wheelchair access as well. So I'm not there yet, but I know a lot of people do depend on their wheelchair to get around. And there's just a amazing number of places you can stop. The library, if you want to go check out a book, you can get stopped off at the library. Just all these places in the community dropped off to pay your bills. If you get your bills that you have to go and hand the bill to someone, you can do that. It's just amazing. Find out what all the stops are, because there are several stops on the route. And I just love it. It's very convenient. One of the most recent things that happened with Foothills is some reviews that folks were doing on their Facebook page, on the Foothills Facebook page. And I got on and did a review because I am so blessed to be able to ride with Foothills and to get back and forth without stressing of where I'm going to go and who's going to take me. So I was on there saying, this is wonderful. More people need to get on the bus and enjoy this transportation. Don't cost an arm and a leg. And I was picked as a winner of the reviews, and I got a Sony DVD player, a little skinny one that fits perfectly on my TV stand, and 10 tickets for my rides. I am saving a little money there because I got the tickets and I can just hand it to the driver and I can ride all day if I feel like it. If I'm having one of those good days, just get on the bus and just go and say, okay, I'm going to stop at the library now. I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm just going to Krogering. One of my most newest ventures, I guess we could call it, is being able to get past the depression of not being able to drive, getting past the anxiety of, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in my she shed for life, which is not really my she shed. It's my yarnery. This is the Yarny Zebra's hideout. I have taken my guest room and I've turned it into a yarnscape and a sewing craft room. So I have made myself pick up the hook and the needles and the sewing patterns and just making all kinds of stuff that I know that I could do, but it was on the back burner because I was teaching, I was doing photography, I was busy working with senior citizens, doing all these things that I loved, and being able to find that again after losing the ability to teach and do photography, to be able to find hope and to find something that has just brought joy back into my life by doing the yarny stuff. To be able to, I have people that are like, can you make me one of those? I love what you made. So I do have a YouTube channel that I just recently started, and it covers the rare disease issues and feeling like you're depressed and can't do anything, that you're stuck in life, that there's no purpose. Well, I have found my purpose again, and I have started creating and making stuff with my hands. My hands still work. So my body might be having malfunctions, and my other issues are going, dealing with the infusions every 3 weeks and feeling like, oh, I just need to pump myself up a little bit more. So this is what I do. Sometimes when I am dealing with the infusion, which takes about 8 hours, this is what you do. You sit and you crochet or you knit. These are the knitting needles that I have picked up again after all these years. So the skills are there. My grandmother taught me how to crochet and knit when I was a very little girl. So my memory is still working properly. I may not have germ fighters. I may not be teaching school anymore, but I am still doing something with my life. I still have purpose. I still feel like I can do this. And being able to get on the bus, this is me on the bus with my mask on and my little crafty basket where I crochet and do my stuff in the doctor's office while waiting, with the mask on, of course. But anyway, this is me. I am prepared and ready when the bus comes. I hop on the bus and do my thing, and we are back home in a jiffy, and I can walk my little doggy and do my stuff that I do at home, but most of the stuff is done inside my home. And this is where all of this yarny goodness comes into play. I still have a purpose. I am no longer as depressed as I was because of not being able to drive. Thank you, Foothills, for being my drivers. Thank you so much for bringing me back to life with your wheels. Oh, your wheels have helped me to not be so depressed and feeling like I'm just cooped in.